Underrated made it.
Young, black, and gifted. We do it for the culture.
Say it again. What that look?
Underrated made it.
Don't feel the same, so I don't pump no more. But I still feel my youngin' pain at the corner store. I'm from the old Dodge, nigga, and the new Dodge. Where you could walk down the street, get shot, this shit is too hot.
They only become your enemy when you give them that energy. I'ma make niggas remember me since they wanna envy me. No such thing as a team if you ain't got the chemistry. Fast lane Keith Daves like Ginobili and Timothy. I ain't wanna drop, I seen what happened to Kennedy.
This is the Young, Black, and Gifted podcast, and I am your faithful, dedicated host, Underrated, and I am back once again. Again, man, we getting back into the swing of things, so, excuse me if I seem a little rusty, but we gonna get into that, man. Today, as you can see, this gonna be my new thing, too. I might start, utilizing this whiteboard to help introduce our guests. But nonetheless, as you can see here, man, my guest is actually... before I got back into it recently, he was actually the last interview that I had conducted. Very ambitious, very accomplished, motivating young man. Again, I'll just touch up briefly, man. He reached out to us. That's one of the things that I love about him is that even in that aspect of his life, he took the opportunity, he took initiative to get what he wanted. So here we are. I tell all my guests that, after that first initial interview, I always encourage them to reach back out to us. If you got any ideas, you want to just do a review or brush up after a certain amount of time is go by, let us know. And again, our guest, he took initiative and he took advantage of that opportunity. And when he was finished his freshman year in college, he reached out to us. He said, listen, I'm ready to come back on. Let's get it. So, it's probably been a few weeks since we initiated that, but here we are. And without further ado, man, my guest, Zion Spotwood, man. How you doing, man?
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I'm feeling good, man. I'm just happy to be back on the podcast. I'm excited about this, man. I feel like today's topic is going to be pretty good and it's come out the heart. So thank you for having me on again.
Likewise, man. Again, like I said, thank you, man, because I'll just share this with you. We wasn't really doing too much. And it wasn't because we didn't want to do anything. Again, just trying to balance life, children, family, work, job, everything, trying to balance it out. And what you provided was that spark that we needed. We needed that fire. And just by you doing that, it put me back into a mood like, you know what, I got to get back. And we did 3 recordings this week. I did a recording with me and Jazz, and then I had actually another guy on the podcast, and then I'm going to finish off the week with you. So salute to you and thank you for your energy, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, motivating, man.
Yeah, honestly, you welcome. Honestly, I'm honored that I'm happy that you getting back on your feet with your podcast, on your ground with that. So just appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome, man. So all right, man. So we got you back here. Last time you talked, you pretty much introduced yourself to the world, to the Young, Black, and Gifted podcast. You gave us a brush up on your life story, some of the things that you faced, some of the things that you've accomplished over time. And where we basically left off at, I want to say we were like in the middle of the year. So since then, maybe I think it's been about 4 or 5 months since we last spoke. So you got to let me know, man. Let us know some of the stuff that's been going on with you since the last time you tapped in with us, man. Let us know.
So last time I tapped in with y'all guys, I think that was back in So
yeah, like January, yeah.
Yeah, so like late January. I mean, a lot of things been going on in my life. Some are good, some are bad. But that's just life. That's how we got to keep evolving as humans. But life's been pretty good lately. My life has been pretty good. I've been making good. So to explain my freshman year, how my rest of my freshman year went. My freshman year, like on the school level and on track and field level wise, it was pretty up and down. It kind of sucked a little bit. School was up and down because the beginning of the semester when I was talking to you, my grades wasn't looking so good in the beginning of the semester. So I had to really fight to get my grades back up. Eventually I did. By the end of the semester, I finished with good grades and I finished with a 3.4. So that was all cool. Track and field wise, after I got done talking to y'all guys, I won the next month. After that, I won my first track and field race in college.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
at East Salisbury University. Coach decided that day to put me in the 400 meters. Even though I wasn't in the fast heat, and I'm being real with you, I was in the slow heat. I was still
Mhm.
get my first track and field win. So yeah, like after talk to y'all guys, for the rest of the indoor season, I got my first indoor track and field win. I got my first track and field win in college. Got my first college relay win. Finished my indoor season with a PR. You know, celebrate my birthday, enjoy my birthday, turning 19 years old. So now,
Okay.
last time I talked to you, I was 18, but now I'm in my last teenager year, so 19 now.
Okay.
Enjoyed myself on my birthday. You know, started my outdoor season around like the second week of March. Went to South Carolina, traveled to South Carolina with the team, which honestly was just a good and beautiful experience. I was just happy to be there because it kind of was to me positive energy wise because I was like, dang, I was like, damn, I really made it out. Like, I really made it out I really went from Philly to Lincoln, and now I'm going to South Carolina to do what I love to do, which is run, you know, which was pretty cool. I ran like two of the relays. I ran the 4x1 and I ran the 4x2 in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, which was a good time to experience with my teammates and I was just happy to be there. Other than that, the rest of my track and field season, during the outdoor season, it was pretty much up and down. I didn't compete the next meet that we had, which was in North Carolina, which kind of testing, but it was on my mistake because we had this thing called game plan where our coach required us, where NCAA and our coach required us to get done before due date. Otherwise, we'd be in trouble and we won't. So I didn't. So what happened was I didn't get it. I got it done. I got it done that Wednesday night, and I stayed up till 4 a.m. 4 a.m. in the morning just to get it done because I'm just.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I know, right? 4 a.m. I stick to 4 a.m. to get that job done. So I got it done right, and I kind of overslept because he said, "Listen, y'all guys didn't get done that game plan. You have to be there by 5 o'clock, 5:45 in the weight room because we have weight room days Tuesday and Thursday, and the next day is Thursday." And don't there's the consequence. I overslept, and my mistake was I didn't make it on time, and I made it by on time for my weight room session. That was at 7 o'clock, which is crazy. But
Okay.
he called me, he was like, "Yo, like," he said, "Where was you at? What time you be?" I said, 5:45. Went to office that day, and I got punished for it. It was either like I clean around the football field and the track, or I'm out of team activities. Like I'm not on the team basically. Like not on the team watching. So I chose the punishment. I chose the punishment where it was like I had to clean.
So say that. So we getting into some deep stuff, right? So I just want you to make that last part clear, right? So you said that because you missed out on something, you basically had to suffer the consequences for it, right?
Yeah, I had to suffer the consequence for it, yeah.
So my question is, so I want you to make this clear for our audience, for some of the younger guys that may be watching this, right? What was the choice that the coach had given you? What was the choice again?
So the choice that the coach gave me was it was one, you gotta take the punishment of cleaning around the track, picking up the trash around the track and field, around the track in the football field, or you honestly not part of the team. Like you off.
You kept it pretty black and white. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, and I was just kind of like, I felt some type of way because when I was leaving the office, honestly, I was a little angry, and I was like, man, I was basically, man, whatever. I was like, man, whatever. It's already been up down freshman year for me. I already got too much things. I already got too much things going on in my life, outside campus and on campus. I was like, but he called me back, so he said, whoa, wait. Yeah, listen, I understand that, but I'm just saying that this is part of the process of learning, and this is also discipline. So he taught me something about discipline and learning, just like you really got to get in time management. Like it's really important. I want the young guys to know that time management, man, is really important. Like when something is due, get it done. Don't wait till the last minute. Because you wait till the last minute, suffer the consequences, and you don't know what's going to happen next. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's why I learned
Yes,
from
sir.
experience. So, I chose after going back to the office, I chose and decided to pick up the trash, run track, and
Okay.
do 25 hills. I had to do 25 hills.
Woo.
But
Woof.
I didn't care though. I was like, all right, cool, 25 hills, I can do that.
Yeah.
I'm just my mentality. I just want to get better. I want to get 1% better each day. You know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's it though. And then so I didn't compete in North Carolina. I didn't compete the rest of the meets. I didn't compete at University of Delaware. I didn't compete in Delaware State. I didn't compete. I think that was it. I didn't compete. Yeah, I didn't compete with Delaware and Delaware State. But I got my chance to finally compete when my coach realized that I'm ready to compete and run a good time. I'm running like a recent college PR. So I did.
Hold on, before you go on to your next step, which was you getting to compete again, I want to chime in. And first off, I want to tell you that it takes some courage, right? It takes some strength within a man to be in such a position and to make the decision, to not ultimately make it about him, right? You made a decision. Your decision that you ultimately made was one that was bigger than you. You know, I think what your coach was trying to do in that moment was give you a dose of reality, right? And I get it, right? From your perspective, I understand how, you know, I'm a man too. It might be our egos, like, what? I'm not doing that, or I don't want to do that. You know, I know that. I know what that's like, right? But you dug deeper in yourself. You know, that's how a lot of, you know, we'll get into that too, but that's how, you know, you talk about being from where you from. That's how a lot of people dying is because of ego.
Yeah.
You follow me? They don't have the strength to walk away or to think about the bigger picture, make it more about somebody else rather than about themselves, right? But I commend you because you made a great decision, right? We all make mistakes, man. It's okay that we aren't perfect, man. You know, you came here and you shared all your guts and your glory with us, right? And I commend you even more for sharing some of the obstacles that you may have faced, right? Because I want for viewers, I want for these younger people and whoever, whether it's your little brother that get to see this, right? Whoever, right? To see that things aren't going to always go your way, you know? And I think that you did a great job at responding to that ultimately and making a better decision and getting yourself back on track. So I just wanted to state that. But before you move on and tell me, you know, when you got back to being able to compete, just talk to the people about, you know, some of the things you had to go through within yourself personally to help yourself overcome that feeling and be able to work through that.
I mean, yeah, man, it was. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was really tough. Like after being like on punishment for a couple while. I mean, it was only for one. I'm gonna keep being. It was only for one day, but not knowing that you don't know what's gonna happen next because you can't predict your future. And honestly, going ahead of time between the semester at the end and the track and field season. I didn't realize that I wasn't going to be competing the next 3 meets. I didn't expect. I didn't know that I wasn't going to be able to compete at the University of Delaware or Delaware State. It was pretty good. You know, at the beginning, I felt some type of way because I was like, okay, cool. I understand why I'm not going to this North Carolina meet, but hopefully I know I'll be able to go to these couple meets because they're not far from Lake University. They're like 125, one's like hour minutes away. So then finding out that every time, so we have these regular meetings, right? These regular meetings we have is every Monday before we got on the track and practice. So these regular meetings we have is that you know, coach gave recognition, and also he talks about the next meet, like what time we're leaving, what do we have to wear, what do we have to bring, stuff like that. So he always announced that, okay, these are the people that's going to be at the meet. And knowing like I told you, you know, I'm a track and field athlete. I run the 200 meters. 200 meters is my favorite event. It's my baby. It's my slingshot. You feel me? So, so at the end of the day, so he called people out, and he calls people out towards what event they're doing at that certain meet. Whether it's 100, 200, long jump, doesn't matter. And found out that my name wasn't really called. It kind of left a hard point to my, like, it kind of hurt me a little bit. And I'm not getting to, as I said, I'm not getting to my feelings. I ain't feeling no type of way. It's no grudge. Like I said, that type of stuff, it motivates me to keep going, but motivates me not to get up. So I always tell coach, I say, hey man, and the only thing I told coach that rest of that time when I wasn't going to the next few meets, I was just like, hey man, just let me know when's my time. Just let me know when's my time. I'll be ready. Just let me know when's my time. I'll be ready. That's all I kept on saying to him because I wasn't gonna keep going up to him and say, hey coach, why you not putting me in this meet? Why I can't run? Because now it just me. and just showing that I keep whining and complaining. But all I know is that I always tell myself this: I never complain. I know I put the work in. I'll be straight and I'll be ready. So that's what I always tell myself. And all I had to keep telling was, hey, let me know when I'm ready. I said, let me know when you. I said, hey, let me know. Just let me know. I'll be ready. And he said, okay, young fella. Okay, young fella. I'll let you know. But he just he kind of had talk at the practice about like meets and stuff because he was telling me that like he didn't say he didn't feel like I was ready. He just didn't want me to go out there and embarrass myself and get my butt with while running a slow time, like a high school time, because he really wanted me to really get just to like get in space of the small things like my form, my starts and etc. So, at the beginning, mentally, I feel like in my head I was having two different thoughts. I was like, one, okay, he's just trying to help me get ready to until wherever I compete, and another thought in my mind was like, he thinks I'm suck. He thinks I'm suck. He thinks I feel like he's not putting me in these meets because he thinks I'm suck. And the mental side gets you, man, because honestly, being being in your dorm room by yourself, man, and knowing that you working so hard every week, every day, even when you're not going to the meet, you're in the weight room Saturday, Sunday, putting the work in, and then finding out the next day you're not going to that meet, you're not going to another meet, and mentally sometimes can really break you down, like when you work in the dark, it really mentally break you down and just you just be telling yourself like, man, what am I doing this for? Why I keep doing this? Like it literally I had that thought in my head numerous times. I even had that one where at the practice I'll talk to my aunt and I was like, yo, Aunt Renee, I'm thinking about transferring. And literally, I was like, Aunt Renee, I'm thinking about transferring. Like I'm thinking about transferring to another school that will value me, will give me an opportunity. Because before that, I think last time we talked, I mentioned that I had last scholarship from Chestnut Hill, and I really have a good relationship with the coach. And I was kind of like thinking about calling the coach and telling him like, yo, listen, I'm about to leave Lincoln. I'm thinking about transferring. But my aunt was kind of telling me like, well, Zion, you got to think about this though. You got to think about the financial standpoint of this. Hill is a PWI school. It's pretty expensive. But knowing that you're here at Lincoln, you're on a full scholarship, academic-wise, which is blissful, which is a lot of young black kids at your
Trying to tell you,
at your age, and where you live at, where you from, where you live at, which they have going to college. So their mom.
let me tell you this too. I just want you to keep this in mind for yourself too. You on a full ride. You're an accomplished athlete, man. That alone, and remember that you just stepped into a new world. So
Yeah.
it was probably a little different for you when you was a senior in high school and you was the top dog, right? So just because you coming into a new world, I've seen it plenty of times. I've seen it in movies. I've seen it in documentaries. They gonna make it tougher for you just because.
Yeah.
Just because of those facts.
Yeah.
So being mentally tough is it's a virtue you need to. You know what I'm saying? Like they might not to try to break you, right? I don't think that your coach is trying to break you. I don't think that he's trying to like redirect you because they wouldn't have why would they take you? Why would they bring you there if they didn't want you? That's the first thing you gotta think about, right? And you're on a full ride. Even if it was your academics that helped that, regardless, you're on a full ride. What tends to happen sometimes, I'm not saying this with you, but sometimes with people who have, because there's plenty of people who have been in that position, in your position before you, is that they get besides themselves, you know. So sometimes with that mentality, already knowing, it might just be set up for you just to see do you really want this, you know?
Yeah.
Do you really want to be on this track team? Do you really want to graduate from college? Hold on, I'm gonna let you in. So I'm only sharing that with you, right? Because you being honest with me, I only want to be honest back with you, right? To say that it's just a test. It's another test, bro. It's not. I don't think it's designed to make you leave. I don't think it's designed to break you down and make you feel like you aren't good enough. Maybe it's something for real, maybe in those times where you say you in your dorm room And it's, you know, you having those thoughts sometimes, and I'm telling you this as a grown man at 37, right? That sometimes we find ourselves in those positions because we need to look at ourselves. We need to be familiar with it, Zion. Shit, damn, I had something on my, I ain't even know. I'm walking around with something on my face, I ain't even know. But, you know, just figuratively speaking, sometimes we just need to look within ourselves. You found yourself in that position for a reason, my man. So remember that for yourself, and then two, remember that anything worth having is never going to be easy for you. It's going to come with a little test to it. You feel me? So I encourage you to keep pushing. I just wanted to chime in to give you that. That don't get discouraged, bro. You know, don't feel like you aren't good enough, because I don't know what the heck that is. Some like balloons just came up across my screen. I don't know. I don't know what the heck that is. It's probably, you know what it is? Because I got Jazz on the back end watching the show, and she probably got my son, and he probably grabbing the phone, touching buttons. Like, I don't know what the heck that is, but it's all good. What's up, y'all? What's up, Jazz and Kobe? They watch this, but I just wanted to tell you, bro. Like, you don't be too hard on yourself either. You know, you blessed. Yeah. You know, you blessed. And just because it might seem like, and don't get it twisted, some situations may not be for you, right? But I think in this particular situation, with a little bit of like self-reflection, bro, and again, this is my biggest thing about self-reflection is that, and accountability, is that most people that don't take self-accountability and do self-reflection is because they don't like what's going to be looking back at them. You got to be strong. You got to be solid to be able to look at yourself and say, you know what, I did that. Yeah, I don't like the way. That's how that came across to my teammates. That's how that made my teammates look at me. I never, even if that wasn't in your intent, right? Your intent may have been that you just was tired. But you don't never want, you know, you might look at it and say, like, I don't want to let my teammates down. I don't want my coach to think that I'm incapable. So that's something that within myself that I need to fix. You know, they ain't got nothing to do with my coach. They ain't got nothing to do with my teammates. That's a me joint. You feel me? So I share that with you just to say, you know, you just based off of your life story and the things that you faced earlier on in life and where you've been able to find yourself at, bro, it's not by mistake. It's not by chance, bro. And I want you to also remember that, again, that nothing worth having is going to come to you easily. It's not the reality of life, right? And when you work for things, you tend to appreciate them a bit more. You see your face lit up when you talk. You so used to kicking butt, but it took you to the middle of the season to get your first win. Your face lit up when you talked about getting you appreciate it more. You get so used to winning, it's like, no, that's what I do. I win. It takes for you to not get a couple of them in a while for you to be like, dang, I needed that, Joe. So yeah, I know. So that's why I'm telling you, like, you know, what's happening in your life is a blessing in disguise. It may seem like things aren't working out, but I encourage you to to remain solid, bro. Stick it out. You know, it's something great in this thing for you, man. And I'm telling you that from my position, just from the little aspect of your life that you decide to share with me. You follow me? I'm pretty sure there are much more greater things into what is this thing? It's a light bubble on the screen. They over there acting crazy, man. There's much more in store for you. So, you know, stick it out. So my fault. I just wanted to chime in because you were telling your story, but I wanted to make sure that we were, you know, I was able to respond to certain parts of it. So you were saying, you talked about everything that you went through and even where you were going. I think that's a great segue we talked about mental health, right? Yeah. But I think that's such a larger conversation. Let's save that for after we conclude with your school year, right? Yeah. We can get back to some of the things that we talked about that you dealt with during the school year. But nonetheless, before I started chiming in, you were talking about you were speaking about when you did get a chance to run again. So tell me about that. After you went through the obstacle of not being able to run and all that stuff, you know, how was it for you when you was able to run again?
Hey man, I mean, like I said, it was like mentally it was really hard not to. Really, mentally, it was hard, like knowing that I wasn't going to see the next couple of meets. But I know that I had to stay positive, stay strong for myself. But also, I'll stay strong for some of those people who look at me as a positive influence, especially from back home, and some people that I've come across around my school. So It was tough, but eventually I got my chance. I got my chance towards the end of the semester. I got my chance to compete. I competed on April 20th of 2020 at Widener University. I'm sure you know what that's at, right? Chesapeake, PA.
Right. Yep.
So I finally, when Coach, I was so, man, you don't know what my reaction was, Ed, when Coach finally called my name to,
It was like your homecoming for real, bro.
yeah,
You
man.
gotta think about that. I know when you mentioned you missed Dell State and UD, right? You missed those meets,
Yeah,
which I'm pretty sure are big because they if they aren't rivals, they pretty close to it.
yeah.
Lincoln and UD, or University Dell State. I'm sorry. Um, but you got the opportunity to run at Widener, which is you went to high school not too far from there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, that was like your homecoming. So I
Yeah,
like
it's you funny because that my
you.
teammate, shout out to Alonzo. He said the same thing. He said, "Yeah,
Yeah,
it's Z spot. Walk
yeah.
back, bro. This your home. It's like
So look at this. Is that where you got your win at? Is that where you got your win at?
my first college win.
Yeah.
No, my first
Did you
college
get
win. I got it during indoor season at East Stroudsburg University.
okay?
My first college.
So, but when you so but Widener was your first run after you came back from your break, right?
Yeah, Widener was my first. Widener was my second meet of the season. All right, hear me out. So
Okay, okay,
Widener was my second meet of the season. My first meet was in Merritt, South Carolina, which was a dream come true.
okay,
But I only
okay,
did. We was only there for relays, not individually. So I competed
okay,
in the 4x1 and the 4x2 of the B squad, and we did good. We had a good time. We had under 3:30. We had 43 seconds. It was good. South Carolina was a nice experience. But that wasn't me. That was not my first meet competing individually. Winder was my second meet, but it was my second and only meet competing individually in my favorite event. That's what that's what it basically was. So like when coach told me it was during like the last semester, it was during the last semester week, finals and stuff like that. So when honestly that Monday, like I tell you, we have regular Monday meetings. So when coach finally said like my name, he said the other people's name. He said Zion Spotwood. He said Zion 200 meter. I was like, finally, man, finally. All the
hmm
work, honestly, it's been an up and down freshman year, track wise, school wise, off campus. It's been up and down, and I've been just staying mentally strong, trying to stay mentally strong and physically also prepared. I was just so happy when he called my name again because it's been a while. It's been like last month of like what 4 or 5 weeks, and I was just so happy that he called my name and he said, "Yeah, you're competing at Winder in the 200." And I was so happy. My face lit up, man. Like if you were there, you'd be like, "Man, he's really hyped." I was really happy, man.
hmm
Because all those up and downs during that month and not competing and just keep coming to practice every day and just keep questioning why am I doing this and then having a thought about transferring. I was just so happy that my name finally got called and I get a chance to compete. So when I did compete at Widener, I didn't win, but that's okay. But honestly, I achieved a college personal best, which was
okay,
better. So that's how I did
okay,
track and field. I actually told my coach that day. I said, "Man, coach," because honestly, my coach said, "Like, listen, in order you to continue to stay here and possibly run that conference, he said you got to run 22.5." At first, I was devastated because I didn't run 22.5, and I was honestly so devastated that I cried. And I want people to know that I want young black men out there to know that it's okay to cry. It's okay to have emotions. It's okay to cry. It's okay to let out.
hmm
That's one of the best things. So I cried and I was devastated, but I talked to my coach after, and he said, "Which run?" I said, "Yeah, I ran like 23 low." He said, "Okay, is that your new college personal best?" Or I said, "Yeah, actually it is." He said, "Oh yeah, then you ran new college personal best." It was honestly hearing that from my coach. I was like, okay, yeah, so I did do good today. And after that, he be setting up these one-on-one individual meetings at the end of the semester, and I talked to him at the end of the semester, and he said, listen, obviously you do at least 3 things during the summer. I need to work on your flexibility, work on your strength training, and honestly run a couple track meets if you want to,
hmm
because he see
hmm
potential. My coach ain't saying like that. Coach, I'm not saying my coach don't believe me. My coach do believe me. I have the hierarchy respect for my coach, and the coach has the hierarchy respect for me between what I'm doing, not just on the track, but also outside the track. you know,
Right.
respect that, and I respect him for having such a enthusiastic track and him being a coach that he is, you know. So he does believe in me, and he sees potential that whatever I can do this summer, I can run. He can take me to miss consistently, and I can run 22 high. 22 high, then 22 mid, 22 low, and then to like next year when I turn 20 years old, if I keep on working, stay consistent, I could run like 21 high. So he sees a lot of potential in me, and he really is believing me. He's not giving up on me. He said that numerous times, and I appreciate him. So yeah, that's the end of my.
Gotta do the work, man. As long as what it sounds like you got a great support system. And I don't know your coach. I'm only going off of what you tell me, but I like his approach because while also remaining supportive, he's being like stern. And we need that as young men sometimes, right? Because to survive in this world, sometimes the world is black and white. It ain't no middle. It ain't no in between for us. So even to place you in a position where he tell you, like, in order to be on this team, you gotta accomplish this. I don't look at that as a bad thing. That might have been his way of pushing you, putting it on you, because he know that he believed that you can do it. But you gotta do it. He can't run the time for you. He can't achieve that time for you. All he can do is coach you and tell you the things that he sees, which he's been doing, which is like telling you, work on your technique, your strength training, and things of that nature. But it definitely, just from how you telling me the story, it sounds like he believe in you. I believe he believe in you, bro. So I would just encourage you to maintain that for yourself. Continue to believe in yourself, push yourself, and you're going to accomplish, bro. You did a lot of stuff just in your first 18 years, bro. This ain't it. It might get a little. See, when you a kid, it's like going down the sliding board, going down the hill. Now you got to get back up the hill. You feel me? So it was fun when you slide down the hill. It's that trucking back up to try to get back to the top that be hurting your legs. So, you'll get through it, bro. You'll get through it. So just to kind of like conclude with your school year, everything is good. We prepared for that. We preparing ourselves for the sophomore year.
Yeah, everything's pretty good. Like, definitely preparing for the sophomore year.
Okay.
Yeah, I got everything down packed with my financial aid and my classes and everything like that. Everything good. Still, obviously, the minimum requirement for my full scholarship was 3.3, so I still got my full scholarship.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Congratulations.
A year, and training wise has been pretty well. I've been training good. I've been working my ass off as much as I can. I have a new trainer now. I have a trainer for myself now. His name Ryan. He is a speed strength trainer down in Warminster. He's still here in PA, and I'll be training with him like every Sunday. And he's been
okay.
Right. Since I've been out of school, I've been making some moves. The landscape business is still going well. So 2 years, been gone for 2 years now. Just passed the 2 years anniversary of my landscape business. I was the Spotwood Brothers landscape business. So, yeah, landscape business has been going pretty well. Getting clients. I've got done a project on Monday. Paid me good money as well. And yeah, I'm about to, soon enough, I'm about to collaborate with somebody that's also based out here in Philly. His name is called W.W Landscaping Company. I just talked to him yesterday, and he's excited about doing business with me and cutting grass, stuff like that. So it's been pretty good. Also, I'm a professional paid fundraiser now. So that is that I partner with nonprofit organizations, like for example, like ASPCA, Heifer Internationals, which talks about cows and goats and chickens, and also USO, which is the United organization about military stuff. So doing good, just having a full purpose and doing good by the community and stuff like that. And I also been doing a little bit of community speaking. I did a little community speaking to the Kinston high school football team, which my coach that I know invited me to speak to the kids, and it was a pretty good experience, man. It was fun. So just talking to youth and stuff. And then to the future, I talked to my track club coach, and me and him both is trying to plan on in the near future to set up a youth track and field camp starting next summer. It's still up and coming. We just got planned out. We haven't planned out yet, but it's starting to come together. So I'm trying to get in contact with the representative, one of the state representatives, to have one-on-one time with them about community speaking, advocating, talking to the youth. see my vision, because I really believe that talking to youth is the biggest thing for me and to aspire, because like I said, I'm still a kid myself. I'm still a teenager myself, and I want to inspire young generations around me who are our future lawyers, our future doctors, our future professional athletes, our future and everything and above, So I'm really just big on that. And I'm just trying to, be a positive influence, not just with you,
I,
like my brother and everything.
that's great, man. That's a great thing. I want to ask you, right? Being as though that you've, pretty much, despite some of the challenges you faced, you were able to overcome what you faced. You're still running a business, which I think is great. You're advancing, excelling in that, which I think is great to hear. What would you say to somebody that was coming behind you? So like what I mean by coming behind you, somebody that's probably 14, 15, maybe even somebody that's getting ready to head into their freshman year of college, right? That may be going through some of the same things that you just overcame, right? You take on, and I only reason why I ask you this is because you take on. I wish I had the right word. I don't want to say the wrong words, right? But you take on such a great responsibility. You follow me? You're
Yeah.
what they say, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Just learning your story, and from you going to college to you starting your business to you making sure your brother okay. You do a lot, right? So I'm not sure that you really even had the chance to think about this, but I want to ask anyhow, right? What would you say to somebody who is pretty much going through the same things that you just overcame? What would you say to even some younger kids who aspire to be like you one day, to aspire to be young entrepreneurs, or aspire to go to college one day and play sports in the NCAA? Based off of your personal experiences, what is some of the best advice that you would provide to some of the youth that's coming up behind you?
So the best advice best way I would give to the youth that's come by me that's like 13, 14, 15, or even 16 years old, I just start about to graduate and start their freshman year in college. I just tell them that, like, don't be like me, always be better than me, because that can happen, you know what I'm saying? But I also want to tell them that the situations that you're in right now, wherever you live at, it's not going to be forever. It's not for everything, unless you make it forever. As long as you change the way how you move, the way how your mindset is, you just gotta keep pushing at it. Because honestly, life gets tough. I learned that like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, that's when you're gonna experience the reality of life. You're gonna experience a new chapter. You're gonna experience wins. You're gonna experience losses. You're gonna experience heartbreaks. You're gonna experience just just life in general. And the one other thing I learned is that I got this quote is that you're gonna take your hard wins, you're gonna take your hard wins, you're gonna take your hard losses. But every person that you encounter with is always a lesson at the end of the day. So let that be a lesson that no matter what the youth that's around my city, I want them to know that it's not gonna be forever, and y'all are kings, and y'all are queens. But more than that, y'all gods and y'all goddesses, and y'all God just believe that in yourself. Y'all gotta believe that in yourself in your heart. So I tell them just keep staying strong, keep staying positive, because, like I said, mental health to me is Mental Health Awareness Month. So that's why I'm glad that we're doing this
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
interview today, because and this month, because it's I'm sure you're aware it's Mental Health Awareness Month, and honestly, mental health is really doesn't matter to me. I'm really a big advocate for that, because honestly, I'm 19 years old and I don't have everything figured out. It's one of the lessons I've learned is that I don't have everything figured out. I'm still learning how to be a better person, better brother, better son, better grandson, better nephew, better friend in general. I'm still trying to learn on that, because I don't have everything figured out. I'm going to make my mistakes. I'm going to have my failures, and I'm going to have my wins. But that's the beauty of life. So mentally wise, like, there's days I'm not even there. Like, there's days I'm just overthinking a lot of things. I'm worrying about a lot of things. So, like I said previously, in my younger age, I experienced depression. I experienced depression. I experienced anxiety. I experienced a lot of anxiety. I experienced depression. I experienced even this is really hard to even one point I thought about harming myself. Thought about killing myself. at young,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know why, but it just happened. I think that once when I'm talking about when I say I'm thinking about killing myself, it's sometimes I'll just be like, it was one time where I kind of in fifth grade we had math class. I had math class, right, and I told myself, I don't know why I did this. I don't know why in my young age I was like this, but I told myself at a young age, like I was telling myself, right, in math class, I was like, listen, if I don't get B or A, if I don't get B or A in this math assignment, I'm gonna harm myself when I get home. I'm gonna harm myself. So then when I got like a D as my grade, I went home walking just on the highway, and I was just like, "Yep, today's been." I don't know why I was talking to myself that. Now, Ed, I'm gonna keep being with you. I don't talk like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that no more. That's not me.
Mm-hmm.
And like at that younger age, I just don't know what I was saying. I don't know what I was saying. I didn't know who I really was, and I really was the person I am now because I didn't know.
Right. I mean, in fifth grade, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, even in who you are today, you have miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles to cover, bro.
yeah.
You know, you the age you are, you younger than you said you 19. I have a daughter that'll be 21. So you younger than her. You know, so you got much life to live, bro. So
I know.
I would tell you this though. I would say this to you, right? And I'm gonna let you finish, but I would encourage you to be easy on yourself, bro. I could before you shared this story about yourself in fifth grade, I was trying to figure out a way to ask you or that like to see like, but I think because you take on a lot, you tend to, and I'm no psychiatrist, I'm just going off experiences because I have my own. I think because you take on a lot, which isn't a bad thing. I think that you clearly want to be whatever you take on, you want to be successful in that. And my thing is, I think that you tend to be a little hard on yourself if things don't work out
Yeah.
in your timing. I just want to encourage you. I just literally had to have the same conversation with my daughter. She's 20. She has a baby. She's a mother out here, and she's trying to figure her life out herself. Right. I really so sidebar. I really wanted her to conduct the interview because I thought that you two would have like more of a better dynamic. But we gonna get into that. But nonetheless, I'm just sharing with you to say that don't be too hard on yourself, bro. You doing a hell of a job. Even if you don't succeed in the moment or that first try, my grandma used to say, I told you from around the same way. I'm from originally from 57th and Rodman, right off of Cedar Avenue, man. So my grandma used to say, if at first you don't succeed, you try and you try again. And she told me that when I was a kid, man. And I just have that mentality, bro. And it's okay. I think, sometimes we have to. Another thing we got to try to stay away from is comparison because everybody' path is in our path. I just found out that Kyrie Irving, he grew up without a mother. I didn't know that he was, he's another mental health advocate, right? But he talked about growing up his entire life. He went through all the things. My mom never saw me off the prom. My mom never put me on punishment. He went through that whole spiel, right? Very successful though. You know what I mean? So I think as individuals we got to try to stay away from like looking at other people's situation and trying to model even if we want to model ourselves after like other people, we have to realize that we have our own paths. You're very successful, Zion. Don't beat yourself up, bro. Like it's going to happen in due time. You got plenty of time to figure it out, bro. College isn't forever, but how many young students are full-time college students but also are running a business?
And
Not too many. That's not a it's
I'm
not
a
a
professional fundraiser too. Like I'm doing that
you
shit.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you just turned 19, bro. So even when you talk about you being a younger kid, I understand that you're not that person that you was when you were 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? You know, I get that. But I think that a part of mental health for me has been self-care, taking care of
Yep.
myself, right? And whatever that thing looked like for you, I can't tell you what that is for you. For me, it's this thing. I'm trying to tell you, that's why I talk so much. I could be a guy that take over the conversation because I think, you know, being able to express myself. When I was younger, I was an artist. I used to draw. I threw that away. I played sports. I threw that away. I used to rap. I threw that away. So my thing is that being creative and being artistic is clearly something that's within me. So it took me till I'm 37 to realize that I need to keep something in place to help me feel good, bro. Like I didn't go to college. I barely graduated high school. I did graduate high school. I got a GED. So, but what I did was I was able to go into corporate America and work my way up the corporate ladder and and be on a high level in management. You follow me? So I say that to say it didn't make me happy. So that's what I'm talking about when I talk about like mental health. I was in a position where I was able to take care of my family, but I wasn't happy. I wasn't what I had to do in order to get it. It didn't please me. It didn't make me feel happy. So this is why you see me sitting here having this conversation with you, because this is more of my passion. If I don't, I'm not getting paid for this, but at the end of the day, it's fulfilling. You follow me? It is when I walk away from this conversation, I'm gonna feel fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I encourage you to do, is to figure out, apart from being who you need to be to everybody else, figure out what the things are that suit and fulfill Zion. And once you can get that in place, you can't pour from an empty cup, they say. If you empty yourself, yeah, I know. And all I got is experience. I ain't sitting here talk. So if you heard it from somewhere else, that just mean that person got experience and wisdom, bro. So I'm just telling you, if you drained, you can't help nobody else out, bro.
Yeah.
You can't. So and my thing is, I get that because I'm the same way. I want to help my family too. I got 7 children. I got family. I got cousins and nieces. I got a mother. It's things I want to do too, but you got to make sure that you take care of you, bro. And the next thing I'll say, and I'm gonna let you take back over, is do not underestimate the power of prayer, bro. Trust me, God has placed you in. And again, I'm not the biggest religious guy either. I'll walk. You know how I talk to God? I'll walk down the beach, the front of the beach. You know what I'm saying? I pray to God. I'll ride down the highway with all the windows open, and I get my conversation on with God, right? But I tell you this though. I tell you, don't underestimate the power of prayer, bro. It might not seem like prayers are answered directly, but if you pay attention, bro, like my example of this, right? This I know you blessed, and I want you to know this for yourself, is that I'm listening to the story you told. You said that you got punished for messing up on something, or you were late on something.
Yeah.
You almost walked away from the team. Then you realized that it was best to stay there. You went through your punishment, and the first time that you get to run again, or the second, or the first time, one of the next times that you got to run again after going through that was when, like I said, the reason why I called it your homecoming. Your coach wasn't going to let you. He wasn't going to let you go to Chester, PA, and not compete, bro. And he wasn't going to tell you that you were going to run. He wanted to make sure that you was ready. That was up to you. His job was only to put you in position.
Shit, you right.
It was your job to do what you needed to do. That's all. That's why I say your coach. I like his style. I don't think he don't believe in you. Otherwise, he wouldn't have you on his squad. He wouldn't have you. But I like his style and how he did that, because it's going to be a lesson in that for you. So that's why I tell you too, like, be easy on yourself, man. You learn you're getting valuable lessons, not apart from your curriculum in college. Life lessons are being taught to you in the moment, and you might not realize it just because you're in the midst of it. So that's why I say, take care of yourself. Then it'll start to catch up. You can catch up like, dang, that's what that was for. Be proud of yourself, right? You made it through, bro. Let's go.
Hey, man.
Let's get it. Let's go. Be nice to yourself, man. It's okay. It's okay that you might not. It's okay that you might not accomplish the first time. If at first you don't succeed, you try again. All right, now, and that's my thing. I just wanted to tell you that.
Hey, man, I appreciate that, man. All love, man.
You already know.
You're a thorough person, man. You're a real OG, man. I appreciate you, and thank you for being so open about your mental health statement and stuff.
Yes, sir.
I love that. I'm glad that you do stuff like this for free, and you don't care that it's for free. You just do it because you're passionate about it, and it's fulfilling for you.
Zion, you're going to be somebody one day. You know that? You somebody today, but you're going to be somebody. They going to know that, boy. So like we go get to something, man. This ain't for nothing, bro. It's okay. It's okay.
It's tough. It's really.
You somebody today. That's why I'm sitting here with you. I didn't take time out my life to waste my life and my time. You just got to get there. So my thing is, to whom much is given, much is going to be tested, bro. It's never going to be easy.
Yeah, it hasn't been easy, man. Like, I didn't really talk to you, like I said. Like, I love how we talk about mental health today. It's the perfect about mental health today because it's the month of it, and yeah, like I said, continue my story. Like, I don't know why at that age of 10 years old, I was like, yeah, yep. So like, literally, when I went home, I literally grabbed, and I don't tell a lot of people this because some people are gonna look at you some type of way. They're gonna look at you crazy. But I'm open. I'm an open person now than I was before because before I wasn't really much of a communicator with my folks and what was going on with me mentally and physically and what I was going through. But now I'm more open now. And some days I'm still like that too. Some days I'm still not even open and much or telling my folks what they're going through because sometimes I just had that vibe like they don't care. I know they care, but then in my head, my
Everybody else got stuff going on too. So I don't think it's that they don't care. They might be dealing with their own things too.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got a point. But it's just something, But that's just I know they care and I know they got things. It's just that's in my head. I'm just thinking like that. So I just keep things to myself, and I pretty much don't be open. But I'm more open person than I was. I'm more open than I was last year.
I lost you. I lost you on the screen.
I'm pretty
Good.
I'm pretty much more open than I was 10 years old. But that's what I thought about doing was at that time was harming myself. Eventually, I didn't go through it, and now you see me.
What you think about have you ever thought about going to see a therapist? Has that been something that you've done, or a psychiatrist, therapist either?
That's what I was gonna get through. That's what I was gonna tell you. So like high school year, I only went to therapy one time, and I never went to therapy again. But that's on my team. So really, when I got to college, I really was more open about taking counseling and having therapy, and talking to a therapist. And I eventually like I said, I found out the school had a counseling service that was for free for students to talk about anything. And for that whole since August when I got there to April, I had a consistent every week session with my therapist. At first, it was Mr. Ruffin, I call him Doc, but it was Mr. Ruffin. It was a black therapist, which is pretty cool. I was pretty much from August to the end of the first semester. I was talking to him, and he's a good dude. He listened. I learned that like man, all you need is just people to listen to you. Just listen and understand what you're saying. Like it's just people where they listen, but they don't understand. But you really need people that really listen and understand what you've been through your past and what you're going through now present on the mental health side of things. Like reading that, it was my first year of college, and I had to go through between adjusting to my academics and also being a track and field athlete. It was times and days where it was tough that I just didn't want to talk to nobody. I wasn't myself, and I was quiet, and I was going through, like even this year, I was just going through a little bit of depression. Sometimes social anxiety. I didn't want to talk to nobody and stuff like that. And then overthinking a lot between what was going on at school and outside school between sure my little brother's good, even time trying to make sure my mom was good when she needed and stuff like that. So, by everything that was going on, I preserve, and I'm still here today, and I'm still staying positive, and um, I'm not saying that I haven't found happiness yet, but I'm getting there. I'm trying to still figure out myself what I want to do. And what I did with this year was I took a lot of therapy sessions with my therapist. Shout out to Miss Ray. Appreciate her. She's like my sports psychologist and my therapist. I call her, and she really was a therapist that I started talking to back in January when I had a bad performance at the Armory in New York City. And she has been, ever since then, she has just been a good therapist to me, slash psychologist, sports psychologist, and I appreciate her for her just not just listen to me, but she understand me and what I told her I was going through in life between on school and off school and stuff like that. So yeah, I've been taking therapy. I was taking therapy a lot this semester, and I still keep in contact with my therapist. And she, on a daily basis, when she can, she checks on me, see how my summer going, and everything like that. And I appreciate her, and I'm excited about telling her what I did this summer in August. So yeah, that's how much I really care.
Okay, that's what's up, man. I'm glad that you found an outlet. Because a lot of people don't have it. Again, me, I'll be a little transparent with myself. I haven't really done any therapy or psychiatry since I was a kid. I did it heavy. I needed it heavy when I was a child. But as an adult, I just been kind of like trying to figure it out on my own. And, sometimes, as strong willed as I may tend to be, sometimes it might just be a little bit too heavy to walk around with on my own. So I've been, I'm actually in the midst of looking for a therapist. I want to. At this point, I have so much that I need to unpack. I want to make sure that I'm doing it. I'm doing it in the right with the right person, right? So you blessed to have found somebody that you comfortable with, because you can have those conversations and you can get the right. You get like you said, that understanding. It's different to have somebody to listen to you, just listen to you talk. But to have somebody that truly understand, that's in a profession that's supposed to help you, is a blessing. But like I said, I'm pretty much in the same boat. I think all people should do it, but especially you pinpointed that is it black men's or men's mental health month? It don't matter, but black men for sure, we need to go see therapists. We've talked about this on the podcast early on when we first started. We talked about mental health and how in our community is looked down upon. So you might get looked at like you weak. One of the things you said earlier was you talked about when you cried but you followed it up with it's okay to cry. Like finding healthy ways to release your emotions. And a lot of us, especially young black men, we don't always have that, which builds the aggression, the anger, the violence. You know what I mean? So I think the fact that you're somebody that's not only an advocate for it, but you're involved in it. You're not just talking about it. You're putting in the work, sharing your experience. Again, I salute to you because, and then to only be 19, you got a pure soul, bro. So again, that's why I encourage you to take care of yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. It's okay if you stumble, even if you fall, bro. Just get back up. You be all right. I can't imagine that. I don't know that you would fall during a race, but I can't imagine that you would trip and fall during a race and just lay there, just lay on your back, injured.
Hey,
You're gonna get back up.
I appreciate it.
So same thing with life, bro. Like for you, if you fell during a race, which I hope don't happen, but I'm just saying, if you fell during a race, you getting up is even if you know that you're not gonna win the race, it's not about winning the race. It's more about principle, strength, showing strength. You're not gonna lay there on your back. So I encourage you to find ways to be able to do that in your life, bro. Even if you fall, bro, you don't gotta stay there. You don't gotta stay laid out on your back, bro. Get up.
Hey man,
Get up.
hey, I appreciate that so much. Coming from you, man. I appreciate that, man. Once again,
Yes, sir.
thanks for giving me this opportunity again to speak to you.
Absolutely, man. Always, man. This is gonna be the beginning of something great, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I'm still, even with me just getting back into it. I want for because I'm building something here also. So anytime that it makes sense to have you on, anytime you feel like you want to come on, that's what I'm here for, bro. So you let me know. And we can always make it work.
I appreciate that, man, so much. Thank you, man. Yeah, like I said, you're right about that. I think some days I just need someone, so like I just need woosah, like I need woosah sometimes. Like I need to just relax and lay down on the couch all day, eating cards or eating pop tarts.
Mm-hmm.
So tell myself that life is not passing by because it's still just the start of it, and I want the young guys to know that, like especially you, that life is not passing me by. Life is not passing by at all. It's just the start of it. You just starting life. It's just the beginning. You're really going to experience. You only get this little bit short childhood. From day you're born to 7 years old, you get a little bit just your childhood. Once you turn 18, that's when your life really starts. That's really your chapter. And honestly, remember. I want them to remember this. I want them to use this is some real stuff I'm gonna tell the youth right now. All the viewers that's watching. So you ready? You're the author of your own book. Nobody can write for you. So the way if you want it, and so the way if you want to do this in life, write that down and put that as your why. Put that as your vision. And that's why I have my own. I forgot to mention to you earlier. I have my own. I actually have my own merch. That's out right now.
Okay.
And
Yes. I did see that. The T-shirts, right?
yeah, say if it is.
Send us the link. Send the link over to either me or Jazz. Send the link over for us.
Oh yeah, most certainly I will. It said if it is to be, it's up to me. And I want the young guys to know that if it is to be, it's up to me. It's a real powerful me to me that it's up to you if you want to become a professional basketball player. It's up to you if you want to become a doctor. It's all up to you. It's all up to you and what you and your mindset and how you pursuing life each and every day. So if it is to be, it's up to me. So yeah, honestly, I'm definitely gonna send you and Miss Jasmine the link when this is over. But yeah, just that's why I want to tell the young guys that keep going, man, because I've been through a lot mentally, physically, and I'm still preserving. There's days I'm tired, but I just keep on going because that just called self discipline. So yeah, man. Just take care. I just want to say, just take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, not just physically, but definitely mentally. That's really important because there's a lot of black men out here that's incarcerated now because they didn't have the right male the guys in their life, but also they didn't. It wasn't. They hold a lot of things in. They hold a lot of things in between grudge and anger towards themselves, but towards people, and they get them caught up in life. And I'm now say I was that person. I wasn't open as much, but now I'm open now to anybody that I cross my path to, whether you a dude or you know what I'm saying. So just want to let people know that, man. Like I try to be a good positive influence as much as I can. I try my best, man. I'm not perfect. Who is perfect? I try my best, but honestly, I'm trying to live life. But also I got an announcement too. Announcement is that June. I haven't told a lot of people this, but June 30th, I'm officially getting baptized, and I want to give
Okay.
because I want to become a man of faith, but also have researchers on my life. But also, I'm trying to also study the Bible and try to study God, understand who He is.
I think we lost you again one more time. Visually, we lost you.
That's good.
There you go. All right.
So yeah, just it's a lot of things I'm trying to do this summer. A lot of things I'm trying to do continuously through life, and I'm wanting to just control. Yeah,
Well, congratulations to you, Zion, man. Good luck. Great luck to you moving forward, man. Keep pushing. Again, like I said, take care of yourself. Don't try not, be nice to yourself. You're doing great, man. Trust me, we not sitting here again because for nothing, bro. It's for a reason. And in due time, it'll all make sense to you, man. So congratulations to you on pushing through and getting through your freshman year at college. I wish you the best moving forward to your sophomore year. I wish you success in your business endeavors, success in your spiritual endeavors. Just keep pushing, and like always, man, we gonna get to that. And this ain't the end, bro. When you ready for part 3, let me know. We could do part 3. We could go through the whole time if you want to do winter break or right, whatever that first break is once once school start again. Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
hey, listen,
Anything else? Go ahead.
listen. It's gonna be a big. I see it now, and I see it, and I'm visualizing too. Honestly, don't tell nobody this, but also I had offer from PA Sports. I had offer from PA Sports AC company. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's doing little stuff back in February, but I denied it because I told the lawyer. I said, listen, I don't want to sign it now because I haven't best believe that give me to my soft gift I'm looking for
NIL, okay.
yeah, I'm looking for I'm honestly and I'm looking for a big sophomore year, and I'm just got it now. Just it's up to me to keep on the work. So yeah, that's just
You'll be good, bro. Keep God first. I'm glad that you did mention that you're going, you're going to get more indulged into your faith. So remember to keep God first, and then prioritize everything after that, and you'll be fine, bro.
Yeah, man. Shout out to I'm really interested in that now because I've been doing Bible study for like the last couple of months with my well, I started with school with teaching a couple of people back in November when I went through a traumatic experience back in November. It's a long story, but I got past it, and that's when I started taking Bible study. So shout out to my teammates like Jude and the rest of the people that's part of that Bible study group too. So they taught me some things about God.
That's what's up, man. Anything? Was that everything? Anything before we cut up out of here? How you want to end it off?
I don't know, Ed. How's your end off?
Good? All right, no, you good. You touched on a lot of stuff, man. I just wanted to make sure we wasn't leaving nothing on the table. So, again, thanks, Zion, man. I appreciate you, and we'll see you next time, bro.
Hey,
all right?
I appreciate it.
Young, black, and gifted. We do it for the culture.
Say it again.
Underrated made it.